and welcome to My Vegan Veggie Garden. My name is Wendy and this is a blog showing what I'm sowing, how I'm growing things, what I'm eating, and all that kind of thing. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and I'm aiming to get a video out every sort of week to 10 days depending on how I can get it done. It is the 15th of February today. We've just had a week of extremely cold weather here in the UK, which we're not used to. I'm well aware that other places around the world get temperatures far more extreme than we do here. But we've had temperatures over the last week of a sort of -6, -7 in the middle of the night, and as recorded in my greenhouse, it has been very, very cold. We're normally used to temperatures of around maybe -1, -2. Beyond that, it doesn't really happen, not often. And consequently, I've not been out into the garden for the last week because it's been extremely cold, and my hands in particular don't deal with the cold too well. So I've been staying inside, except when I've had to go to work, and so a lot of the stuff that I maybe would have been getting prepared for the rest of the year haven't been done yet. So today I'm just going to show you how my greenhouse has coped through that cold weather snap, how the seedlings in the greenhouse have coped, and I'll show you what's germinated since last week when I sowed the onions and the leeks, and I'll show you what else I've already sown this week, which I started yesterday, which is peppers, chili peppers, and some flowers and some celery and aubergines. I forgot the aubergines, mustn't forget the aubergines. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. So please like and subscribe, and I will speak to you later. Just going to have a quick look outside. This is the passageway between the house and the store. You can see it's about 2 degrees in here. Let's see how cold it is outside. Snow in the pots still. Beautiful bright day though, look at that sky. Sprinkling of snow on the ground from yesterday. Let's have a quick look in the greenhouse, see what the temperature's like in there. Still got my bubble wrap on, keeping it warm. What did it go down to? -2.3. Now I kind of decided that maybe the greenhouse wasn't going to be adequate at keeping my seedlings protected when it gets down so low. So what I did was cover them with a big plastic box. Let's have a look in there. They're all looking fine. Sweet peas at the front and normal peas at the back on that one. And then in here I've got my lettuce seedlings. Okay, now back in the main garden, let's see how the rest of the garden is getting on. Everything's looking a little bit droopy. Oh dear. I've taken out the swede and that was ridiculously pathetic. Just see, they'll be fine. Those Cavallonera, they'll pick up again. Cabbages again looking a little bit droopy, but hopefully they'll pick up once the weather warms up a little bit more again. Look at that one. broccolis, which haven't produced any sprouts yet. How are my broad beans looking? Yeah, they're doing alright. I'm surviving the cold okay. Broad beans are tough little buggers. Look at that. Completely frozen solid. So I've just come out to the greenhouse. Thought I'd take the covers off of everything from the cold snap. And I've brought my onion seedlings out. As you can see, they're doing quite well. There's quite a few of them sprouting, but they're all leaning to one side, which is where they were sat in the window. So hopefully now they're out here, they'll straighten up a bit and carry on growing. What I had over here, I had sweet peas at the front and meteor eating peas at the back, and they've survived in here quite nicely. I had them covered over with a clear plastic storage box, so they survived that really cold period of weather that we had. A few of the peas are just looking a little bit droopy. If they were actually touching the top of the lid of the box, but they'll recover from that okay quite nicely. And lastly, my lettuce seedlings, which I don't know, some of them look alright, some of them, as you can see, are lying down on the job. I don't know if they'll recover. They were similarly covered with a plastic lid while it was so cold. And I think at points the thermometer here, although I have reset it, was showing that it got down to about -8 in this greenhouse, which was ridiculously cold for the UK. But there we go. So survivors, sort of survivors, and newly brought in, so hopefully they will continue to grow okay. In my existing brassica bed, everything's looking quite perky. A couple of days ago they were all really sad looking droopy things, and I wasn't sure whether they were going to survive or not, but they're all looking pretty good. I'll bring you around here and lift this side out so I can show you without the netting. Yeah. Still no sprouts on my purple sprouting broccoli. And as I've mentioned previously, because we're reconfiguring the garden and the beds, they're going to have to come out probably next week, maybe the week after. Spring cabbage, don't know if that's going to heart up before it comes out, but I can still eat the leaves, so we'll be doing that. And there is onions in here as well, which I'm hoping to transplant into another bed once we're sorted. Don't you just love the first signs of spring? Snowdrops. I'm not quite sure what that is coming up. We'll see. And we've got some little pale purple crocus there as well. And in the house, I put in, if you better read the labels. No, but this tray has my sweet peppers and aubergines, and then I've got a couple of rows of dahlias in there because I ran out of sweet pepper and aubergine seeds. Always make sure you have enough seeds. And in this one, we've got all my varieties of no heat or very mild chilies, because that's me, I don't do heat. Obviously right next to the radiator to try and make sure that they germinate, but I have ordered a heat mat for them as well. And right on the end here we've got 4 little bays of celery. So that's what I've been up to this week. My mother-in-law bought me one of these windowsill herb kits for Christmas, and I got around to planting that last week, and we have the first sign of seeds germinating in there. That's all quite exciting. Don't think there's anything come up in the end one yet. It'll come. So this afternoon I'm gonna sow some brassicas, and I'm just using, this was a grape punnet, so it's already got holes in the bottom, and then I'm just using a mushroom punnet as a catch tray for the water, and they fit quite nicely together. Always good to recycle, reuse and repurpose. Helps to keep the planet going. So what I'm using is a mixture of just normal compost, and there's some coir, not sure how you pronounce it, but it's the stuff that you get in a block that you then add water and it expands, and you can use it for your seedlings. So I've just got a mixture of, let's say, compost and that, and I'm going to be sowing some cauliflower seeds. Don't know if you can see that at all. I've got 2 varieties of cabbage. They are Greyhound and Red Acre. And I've got 2 varieties of kale. I've got a dwarf green curled and a blue Scotch curled, which I believe is also a dwarf variety, but I'm not entirely certain. So use the green lolly sticks for these markers. I don't need very many of any of them really, because I don't have a huge amount of room for brassicas, so it's going to be 1 or 2 plants that get planted out, but we'll sow a few seeds, and we'll see what comes up, and we'll see what we can then use. There we go. Little tray of compost with some brassica seeds in place, and I'll come back to those in a couple of weeks and see how they're doing. So I hope you enjoyed that, and it was useful for you to know that you can maybe protect vulnerable plants even within the greenhouse by covering them over with something else. And in my case it was plastic storage boxes that were clear, so obviously you still get the light through. I'm pretty sure that what I had in there would have survived anyway, but I wasn't prepared to take the chance, so that's what I did. I covered them with the clear plastic boxes, and they've done really well. If you have enjoyed this blog and I haven't waffled on too much for you, then please hit the like button. I would love for you to subscribe and help the channel grow, and I will see you next time. Bye.